Kepsa CEO shares insights of the EU Head of Missions Governance Group event. Education Sector Board reflects on the sector progress. Kepsa Google partnership to boost business visibility. Sustainable inclusive business partners with WWF Kenya. Unlocking the potential of AGPO for women's economic empowerment. Welcome to Kepsa Weekly Bulletin. Every week, we will be sharing stories of Kepsa activities and events. These are some of Kepsa's biggest stories this week. On the 25th of November, Kepsa CEO Ms. Carol Karuga delivered a keynote address on Kenya's political processes and the role of the private sector during the EU Head of Missions Governance Group event held at the Danish ambassador's residence. The agenda of the meeting was to discuss the current position of private sector in Kenya, impact of COVID-19 on the Kenyan business sector, and the political temperature in regard to the upcoming year of campaigns and how this is being handled by the private sector. Ms. Karuga noted that the private sector remained strong and robust despite the COVID-19 pandemic. This, she said, was reflected in improvement in the Stanbic Bank's PMI to a record high of 59.1 points, up from 56.3 in September and 53 in August 2020. She noted that this indicated fast expansion in business activity after the government started relaxing restrictions in July. The Kepsa Education Sector Board held its final meetings for the year on 24th November 2020. The meeting focused on apprising the sector's progress on the advocacy agenda while prioritizing the sector's engagement issues going forward. Chairing the meeting, Ms. Mudheo Kasanga noted that it was time to entrench renewable energy not only in schools' curricula but also in their operations. Kepsa has partnered with Google to help members enhance their online presence by creating business profiles on Google. Kepsa and Google will work with Africa 118 as a supporting partner who will help businesses set up their business profiles and get them verified at no cost and offer complimentary one-pager websites for those without websites. Having a business profile will enable members stand out by sharing relevant and necessary basic business information, engage with potential customers through reviews, messages, promotional posts, and questions. And last but not least, find new customers by helping them know how to find your business. The Sustainable Inclusive Business, the Knowledge Center at Kepsa, and the WWF Kenya on the 27th of November partnered to host a private sector dialogue on environmental sustainability. The event brought together various business leaders to discuss the contribution of the private sector towards the conservation of the environment and start to explore how to collectively tackle the ecological crisis. In her remarks during the opening of the event, Sustainable Inclusive Business Director, Ms. Karen Boomsma, noted that the private sector has an important role to play in driving a resilient and sustainable economy. On 25th November 2020, Kepsa Foundation, in partnership with the Women's Economic Hub at the African Women's Studies Center and Coalition on Women Agenda, co-hosted a virtual meeting to discuss the findings of the study on making policies work for women, unlocking the potential of AGPO for women's economic empowerment. The objective of the study was to identify the key challenges facing the effective implementation of access to government procurement opportunities and make recommendations to guide policy making. The challenges that were identified include lack of awareness and information, limited access to credit, limited skills for bidding and high compliance costs, unfair competition, non-submission of public procurement reports, limited reporting, corruption, and lack of coordination between Treasury and the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority. That's it for this week. For more on these and other stories, please head over to kepsa.or.ke.